Y'all hear that? Anita Baker. I had to start off with that right there. It's my girl, okay? I've always told you I'd give anything. My baby, you've been my best, my only friend. There's nothing like the joy you bring. I wonder what would happen if you would trust in me. I'd make you believe, I'd make you see. No need to run from me. I'd make you see like never before. Here I stand, heart in hand, help me find the door. Anybody can see, baby, you've been hurt before. Let me heal your pain, won't ever hurt no more. I should just like put you in a good mood right there to want to make him. Whatever it takes to make you smile. Whatever it takes to make you feel good, baby. I'll be around. Okay, see, that's all I'm giving you guys of that. You'll have to look that one up because that's, I don't care what anybody says. When a woman can say that to a man, whatever it takes to make you happy, whatever it takes to make you smile, whatever it takes to make him feel good, ladies, be around. Anita Baker, come on, y'all sleeping. That's off of her composition album, by the way, and it's titled Whatever It Takes. You can look it up on YouTube. It's just another form of me wanting to share that instead of putting down our brothers, or our men, I should say, that we should do our best to embrace them more. Because the percentage of mothers raising children and our young men is high. And so those things that they pick up or see or don't see, some of that comes from us. And we do have to take responsibility, not taken away from the absent father. Don't get me wrong, because a boy does need his father. So think about that. I have decided to do this video. It was initially supposed to be a roundtable discussion, but I didn't get enough support, so I decided to go solo, as I would do. You know, I always have a backup plan. I don't let anything stop my show of what I have going on. So as I appreciate those who said that they would participate, I figure out of those few, probably 2 people would show up, and I needed the video to be full and what I needed it to be. So of course, I'm Cotton Campbell, Cotton the soft-spoken poet, the lady of love, queen of seduction. That is me. I am an author, poet, and performer. Promoter. I specialize in doing events, which I love to do. I'm a great supporter of anybody that's got anything going on, which is awesome. And I see everything is a business to me. My daughter says that I should change my middle name to business, because if you say you have a talent or you can do anything, it's a business. And you don't necessarily need a license or a certificate to do business, as long as you file your taxes accordingly. Just saying. I am the author of Strong in My Woman. I am the author of Seduction's Lips. I am also the author of, which actually has, the cover has my partner on it. He's beautiful to me. I am the author of Sweet Mangoes, which is one of my favorites. I am the author of The Love Letters, which is another one of my favorites. It actually has a love letter to Tyler Perry in that book, along with a poem that I wrote for my cousin who passed away some years ago of cancer. And the topic for tonight, just, you know, I just want you to brace yourself, have a seat, have a sit down, and just be ready, because I'm going to say some stuff that ladies aren't going to like. I'm going to say some stuff that men probably aren't going to like, but I don't care. So here we go. This is why we're doing this video tonight. 10 reasons why black men stop dating black women. Now, I know you say, I didn't think that that occurred. It does. I can testify that I have cousins and brothers in my family and family members that are male who don't date black women for various reasons. They've either dated a black woman and they just feel like that's not what they want to do, or their mom was a certain way and they just, that's not what they want to do. That's, you know, they just feel like that that's how all black women are, and that's not the truth. I mean, it's not. So, you know, I'm really going to say some stuff that you guys are not going to like, but I'm telling you, I do not care, because I'm not making this up. I did ask men. I've heard the complaints. I've heard people cry and cry and cry. I've heard women say things like, he left me for a white woman. Who cares what color she is? He left your ass, period. Does it matter that she was white or Asian or Korean or Mexican? He left you for another woman. Would you feel better if it was a black woman? Probably not, because he left you. He broke your heart. So I'm not a racist. I didn't raise my children to be racist, and therefore I get agitated and irritated to hear that somebody says, that's because, no, that's not because of that. Maybe he just fell in love with that particular woman. How about that? That's not an option? Okay, so whatever. Now, on the flip side of it, there are men out there who will say, I will not date a black woman. They don't want to date black women because for some of the 10 reasons in this book. Okay, so ladies, stop being offended, because I'm just going to say this. You women are the most judgmental ever. I've had so many walk by and look at the title and say, no, I don't want to entertain that. I'm not even going to look at that. Don't turn your nose up at it. You don't even know what's in the book. I had a dispute with a lady online who saw the title, had not read the book, but she was making all these comments. I said, how do you know I didn't already discuss that in this book? She said, you know what? You're right. Let me read the book and then I'll come back to you. I said, that's what I want you to do. Read it for yourself. See what's in the book. Then make your comments. I don't know why, and I hate to say this, I don't know why black women especially are so judgmental, especially towards other women. You guys are the worst. You support, but at the same time you tear down each other, which is the same way some of you do to our men. So I said some, don't be offended. If this don't apply to you, then you don't even have to worry about it. If it didn't apply to me, I'm not offended because it doesn't apply to me. So here we go. Cotton is getting ready to go over some of these 10 reasons. So if you do have the book, you're more than welcome to follow along. If you don't have the book, pick it up. www.softspokenpoet.com. You can also find it on Amazon and in an ebook. Kindle. Hey, I made it accessible to everybody. So 10 reasons why black men stop dating. Like, let's go over one of the first things in here. Well, let me do this. I'm going to the intro. I'm going to go over some of the intros in here. Some of the things that I just wrote off topic. Okay, so I'm gonna read this. Let me start off by saying I love being a woman, but I wouldn't want to be a man dealing with a woman. I personally enjoy catering to, loving, pampering, spoiling the man I'm with. Unfortunately, I haven't in my life been treated the same. I've only heard the stories from men and how they treated the last woman better than he has treated me. Go figure. You know, I start evaluating me when I keep running into those kind. I don't, you know, that's the first thing I think that we as women need to do, is start doing this instead of doing this. Because if he cheated on you once, twice, and you forgave him, and he cheated on you a third time, he's shown you who he is. Now it's your fault for staying. So you can't blame him for being him. You can only blame yourself for putting up with it. I'm just saying. The point of this book isn't to female or male bash. Instead, it was written to show, as some men already believe, that women aren't perfect either. Black women do things that cause issues in relationships just like men do. Black women need to start being accountable for their role in the relationships gone wrong, just as men do. As I was doing my research, I found that some black men want the same things as women. They have just been trained not to speak about it. For instance, they do want love, pampering, honesty, love, understanding, respect, respect, love, caring, support, time, and just as a woman, they want to be loved. I'm just saying, you know, I didn't make this up. I have spoken over the years to many of men, and I've jotted down the things that have been said to me personally, and I've jotted down the things that have been said to me indirectly, meaning, you know what that means. My son once told me, when I asked him, why don't you date black women? His answer shocked me, actually. I was very amazed, because he was in early 20s. He's 27 now. I hope I got that right. He's 27 now. But it shocked me, because I didn't raise him to be racist. I didn't raise him that way. But his answer was, Mom, I don't date black women because I feel as if I am not worthy of them yet. He further stated that he feels like he needs to be in a better place financially, mentally, and emotionally in his own life in order to deal with a black woman, because he said, we don't play. And, you know, he would be right, because I'm a little feisty. I ain't gonna lie. I'm one of those. You might say the wrong thing to me, and depending on how I'm feeling that day, I might just either I'll stop talking to you, or I might say something you don't like, and I won't care. If I do that, it means I don't care. But you will respect me. So that kind of made me think when my son said that. And then I recall, like, my brothers don't date black women. They have children, and their children aren't by black women, except for, I think my youngest brother has a daughter by a black woman. This was earlier in his life. So, you know, it's those things right there we do look at. Like, but it doesn't mean that they don't like black women. It's just that that's their preference, and I'm not putting them down for that. I'm just stating the facts. So my belief is, in this life, it doesn't matter who you fall in love with, or date, or marry, as long as you're happy in the relationship. It's only upsetting and offensive to us as black women when black men have the audacity to put down black women. It's disrespectful. When we are the ones raising black men, it's us. Some of us by ourselves. Black men go on to be with a black woman until he reaches his point of success. Now we're treated like we don't deserve to reap the benefits of all the hard work, the sweat, blood, and tears that helped to get you to that point. That's crazy. You treat us as if, and this is how some of us feel, you treat us as if we're not good enough to enjoy that success after supporting you through all of the rough times and the growth, and to get you to the success. So that's, I'm just telling you how some of us feel about the fact that you all date outside your race, but then you put us down as black women. So that's just that. So let's get on to some of the reasons. I'm not going to go through all the reasons, because if you want to know all the reasons, you're going to have to read the book. That means you got to purchase it. Ha. Okay. According to some, and I always say some because not all black women feel this way. I mean, black men feel this way because, of course, I don't know all black men, so I don't know. But I'm just going to go over some of the men that I've spoken to over the years. You don't need to know how many that is, because it's a lot. But if you're not sure, you can do the research yourself. You know, I'm just giving you from the work that I've done. And I'll go from 10 to 1. So one of the reasons, number 10, some black women are overly boisterous and loud. You either agree or disagree. And see, I agree, because sometimes I have the tendency to get loud. At least in my younger years, I would get loud no matter where I was standing. If he said something out of pocket to me, I'm cussing him out right where we stand. And I'm the softest voice I know. I mean, seriously. But I felt like I was being disrespected, and I had to get loud in order to show you that you're not going to push me around, and you're not going to disrespect me or bully me. We're not going to do that. But then I realized later in life that I didn't need to do that. I needed to wait till we got into a private setting. No matter what he said to me, I needed to wait till we were in a private setting to express to him how I felt in a different tone. Then maybe he would hear me. So there's all different kinds of ways to definitely handle certain situations. Sometimes it can't be helped. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes you just gotta front people off just right where they stand. Especially some men, and if they're trying to bully you, especially. 9. Some black women are more likely to date or marry for money, aka gold diggers. Okay, I'm going to actually read this one because I thought that my wording of this was pretty awesome. So I'm going to read it to you. Well, growing up, some black women were trained to go after a man for his money. So they were trained to be gold diggers. It seemed that men bought into it by spending their money, so the trend trickled down and kept going. Since men were really only interested in the sex, it worked for her as it did for him, at least for a while. Truth be told, the women were closet hoes and the men were closet pimps, acting like it was a love relationship. Closet hidden, you know it was a pimp and hoe type relationship with tax deduction benefits, but without standing on a street corner. Fellas, she's not looking for love. Think with your brain and not with your third leg. Seriously. So then you have to decipher, is she really or is he really? Like, if you're using your sex to control him, then yes, probably a sex-based relationship, which means it's a money-based relationship. You buy me what I want and I'll give you some. That's not how a real relationship should be, boo. And if you think that that's it, then you need to think again. Because if you're giving her what she wants, it's just what she wants. It doesn't matter who it comes from, as long as she gets what she wants. Now, I did put some scriptures in here. In this scripture, Nehemiah 13:27 says, should we then hear of your doing all this great evil, transgressing against our God by marrying pagan women? Look it up. Nehemiah 13:27. I'm just saying. So now we go on to number 8. Number 8, some black women forget to treat a man the way he desires and what he likes. So it's okay to pamper him, run his bath water, massage him, spoil him a little bit from time to time. It's okay to do that, ladies. It really is. Men, you got to be receptive. Number 7. Some black women are more likely to belittle or put down black women. This is a no-no. This is always a no-no. He don't need you to be his mama. He don't need you to put him down, belittle him, or attack his character. Find other creative ways to use your womanly ways. And I'm not talking about sex. To appeal to him. You got to know the man you're dealing with. What would make him listen to what it is that you're trying to say? It's either, it might be sex. It might be sex. That's how you get him to listen. Maybe let me turn on your baseball game. And then when you're done, can we talk? Don't be offended. Fellas, can we talk just means can we talk. Sometimes she's got something on her mind she want to say. Anyway, I'm moving on past that. Number 6, some black women won't do what he sexually desires. Okay, ladies, I'm just saying, Miss Goody Two Shoes. Sexually, some of you act as if you're too good to go the extra mile in the bedroom. Sure, there are some things that are off limits. However, everything should be discussed. If you want him to go down on you, then you should be willing to do the same. Talking about it's nasty. It's not nasty when he's doing it to you, is it? If you're not willing to, then don't be mad when he strays and gets it from someone else. Partially your own fault. Don't get upset. Just move on or fix it. I'm just saying, stop pointing the finger out. There are 2 people in this relationship, and it's not just him. Sometimes it's your ass. Okay, did I say ass? I did say ass. Okay. Some black women feel the need to control everything from what he wears to who his friends are. You can't do that, ladies. You can only control yourself. You can't force him. That's going to cause him to leave anyway. End of story. Some black women confuse men by saying they want one thing, but in reality accepting something else. That's totally the opposite. I have seen this so many times. I hear my friends saying, I don't like short men. I don't like a dark skinned man. I don't like a light skinned man. I don't like a man with curly hair. I don't like a bald man. How about just liking a good man? Because, those are a little more difficult to find. Then if you have a man that treats you well and treats you the way you want to be treated, what does it matter if he's a little shorter than you? What does it matter if he's light skinned? What does it matter if he's dark skinned? What does that have to do with his personality and how well he loves you? Nothing. But then you start going out with the man that you're not attracted to. Take his money, have him do all these things that you want him to do, that you need the real man to do, because the other man that you're interested in ain't doing it. Now you done got another person caught up in your mess because you too prideful and greedy to just say, you know what, I'm really not interested. It's okay to say no to the diamond ring because that's not the person you want it from. Don't use the man. Don't do that. I'm moving on. Some black women make the statement, this is one of my favorites. I'm just gonna say, some black women make the mistake of saying, I'm a strong black woman, I don't need a man. I just gotta shake my head because that makes no freaking sense. I'm gonna read this one because this is one of my favorites. Okay. Your silly self should never say these words. Let me tell you why. See, a true strong black woman never needs to announce that she is. First of all, everybody can see that you're black. Secondly, your strength is in your actions, not your loud, unladylike behavior. It shows in how you carry yourself, take care of your family, the way you multitask, handling not only your business, but taking some parts of the world as some of us women do. It shows in how you hold your man down and support not only him, but your children too. Remember this. Sometimes the strength is in your silence. So, Miss Independent, I don't need a man. Let me enlighten you. If you didn't need a man, God would not have created man, in which your silly self was created from. So every time you open your mouth to say that, it's a direct smack in God's face. Talking about you don't need a man with your crazy self. You're some of the same women sleeping around with as many men as you can, but you don't need a man, right? Okay. Oh, and fellas, if we didn't have to do so much alone, we wouldn't feel the need to exploit being independent. Okay? Whew. I think I'm on a roll. What y'all think? Okay. All right. Y'all with me still? Stay with me. Stay with me. Number 2. This black man just wanted to... Number 2 is, this black man just wanted the woman. Race is not a factor. Okay. So he fell in love with a woman that's outside of his race. What's wrong with that? Why are you so concerned with it? That's his life. That's her life, not yours. So what does it matter if he's dating this woman outside of his race and he's in love with her? And that's who he wants to be with. Let him. He's happy. Moving on. Number 1. Some black women don't respect black men. Okay, I'm not gonna read that one. But I am gonna go on to the end part, because that was number 1. Let me read some of this back here where it says, ladies, listen. Okay. Ladies, stop telling all your negative relationship business to family and friends. What happens when you two make up? You know you're not leaving him and he is not leaving you, so cut it out. Learn how to resolve your issues on a quieter platform. It's not for everyone to know all your dirty laundry. If you can't, then you should separate, as in divide. While you two love on each other, the family now hates him. And it's a direct reflection on you as a woman. It's sad with your pitiful self sitting around spilling all negative things about the man you're still with that makes no sense. I'm just saying. You think you're making him look bad, but you look worse for continuing to stay in the relationship with him. He's no good according to you, and you tell everyone this. See, people do that. They're looking for someone to validate their wrongdoing, looking for someone to be on their side. Well, if you're doing the right thing, the only validation you need comes from God. Men, you need to show the same respect to her that you ask for. You're no better, always asking for what you won't give. Come on, really? I mean, I've been through that. I'm not gonna read it all. I'm just not. Stop using your sex as a tool, ladies. Stop it. Stop using your sex as a tool. Men, stop using your wallet as a tool. If what's between your legs is what is your biggest worth, then you're not worth much. Therefore, you need to get it together. Seriously. Okay, hold on. I need to take this call. Hello? Okay. All right, bye. Okay. So, now that I have your attention, you ladies who are keeping the children away from these men. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I don't know if how many of you know this, but I have 4 children. And I have 4 children by 4 different fathers. And unfortunately, one of those fathers is not a part of my child's life. Unfortunately. I've never kept my children from their dads. Never. Ever, ever, ever. Ever. It's not what I do. Even if they weren't helping out financially or morally or any of that. I needed my children to have a relationship with their dad. It's important. I didn't bash them in front of their and I didn't bash their fathers in front of them at all, because it as a mom, that doesn't make me look good. As any parent, it doesn't make you look good. So stop, really stop. And we as women, we do it more so because we want to control every aspect of what he's doing, even though he's not with us anymore. It's not right. I'm just gonna say that. That's a huge no-no, and a parenting strike against you every time you do. So let the child be a part. That's I'm not gonna go into. I'm very passionate about that. Gentlemen, pay attention. Understand this. We as women have gone through a lot in dealing with you and the rest of life. From your behavior, the molestation, the rape, the cheating, being cheated on, and watching over our children so that they don't experience the same. We are the protectors because we are not in the positions, because we are in positions of raising our children on our own. We have the strength of 10 different people to deal with the upbringing of our children. Some of you black men don't see us as the queens we are. We are the teachers, chefs, chauffeur, counselors, mentors, playmates, mommy, maid. You get my point. And then you black men come along, and we now have to give you our attention, and that's okay. But we need you to give back to us so we can keep a balance. We aren't crazy. Just like you, we don't want to be hurt or disrespected by you. We don't want you toying with our emotions. That makes us angry. Really, it does. Because you're playing on our intelligence. See, I've explained this to some men, and this is it. When a woman has fallen in love with you, or she loves you, or she cares about you in any way, she is now attached to you emotionally. So when something's going on or something's not quite right, our womanly senses pick up our radar. The Holy Spirit, aka the Holy Spirit, says, this isn't right. I'm gonna need you to make sure your radar stays on, and we're gonna move forward, okay? Because that's not the one. Now, if you fail to listen to all those warning signs that the Holy Spirit has given you, and your womanly senses have picked up your GPS, your radar, and you decide to ignore that, that's your fault. Women, I'm just saying, because we know better. So when you know better, you do better. All right. I'm just sharing. That's all. Okay. Fellas, big booty plus small waist does not equal a good woman, okay? It can sometimes equal trouble that you may not be able to handle. I'm just saying. Y'all, hey. And stop lying about everything. Dang. For no reason. And as I said before, when you keep secrets, she now views you as a liar. You're a liar. I don't care what secret it is. So, one of the other reasons, and this is a big one, this is where men are going to be like, I can't stand Cotton. I hate her. She shouldn't have said that. That's not true. I don't care, because it's the truth. One of the reasons black women feel you date outside your race is because you're weak. That's how we see you. Some of you, not all of you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all of you, but some of you really can't handle black women, and you were raised by a black woman, and we view that as being weak. I'm just saying. All right. Don't get mad. And you know some of you are weak as hell. You want a woman you want a woman you can overpower and treat like a puppet, string her along. You're looking for that do as I say, not as I do girl. You're not really interested in a woman. You want the I just got out of high school, don't know no better, call you daddy little girl. It's only when she turns into a woman and stands up for herself that you now think she's crazy or she's no good for you. The truth is, when you do things to her that she doesn't like, she has the right to stand up for herself. And your black self can't handle it. Weak. You're supposed to protect her, have her back as you expect her to have yours. I'm just saying. Again, this is 10 reasons why black men stop dating black women. And some of you are so busy jumping in and out of bed with the first thing that comes your way that you don't take the time to know someone's last name. Dang shame. So I'm not going to go over the rest of what's in the book. You will have to purchase it to get there. I will say these last words as far as what's in the book. Love is one of God's most precious gifts. In this life, it is a treasure, and not everyone wants the key. Don't give up on love. Move on. Move away from the person who caused you the hurt and pain. Separate and take a step back. Refresh so you can reunite with love again. Okay? 10 reasons why black men stop dating black women. That is about that book. I am, like I said, big on showing love, giving love, and I want to talk about love. I like to talk about love. Sex is a part of the love that I like to talk about, because sometimes that's how a man shows you how that he loves you. Unfortunately, because that's what he's been taught. So at some point you have to decipher, is that the kind of man you have? Is that the only way he knows how to show love? And if it is, then you show him another way. Show him all the different ways of love. If you don't know, then maybe you guys need counseling. But there has to be a balance. There has to be some type of compromise in our relationships in order for them to be successful. I'm just saying. Now back to Anita. One moment spent with you removes all my pain. Your miracle soothed me. Your heart can me. I cannot explain. A burden get heavy, become too much to bear. Honey, don't you say nothing, hold on I want you to know that I'll be there. I'll make you free like never before. So open up the door. Everybody can see. Baby, you've been hurt before. Let me heal your pain. Out of the heart. I just took off my vest. I'm not naked. I just want y'all to know that. Okay, I am going to close this session out. Cotton's 10 Reasons Why Black Men Stop Dating Black Women. I appreciate you all tuning in to listen. I'm going to actually close out with a poem, one that I have not done before. It's actually going to be in the new book that's coming out, Believe, hashtag I Am Poetry, the Cotton Campbell story. And that will be released, I'm not going to tell you when, to be announced. Okay. And this poem is titled Truth. I asked him, are you seeing someone else? Wait, before you reply, don't lie, because I can see right through all that Maybelline. Your lips are covered in her plum lipstick. Her foundation cocoa brown is smudged on into your collar, and that's not my color because I don't wear that cake on my face. My womanly senses said that I have picked up your GPS scent and it's dialed into your radar, the tracking device not installed onto your car but pressed onto your heart, which tells me where you are emotionally. These findings aren't to put you down, attack your character, or make you look bad, but for you to recognize that the woman who stands right here by your side is smarter than the average. I love you, but I deserve some honesty. So don't get mad. Don't take it personal. This is a grown-up conversation. You're a man. You can handle it. Besides, it's mentally stimulating. And if you want this, you will listen. No disrespect intended. So when I say we need to talk, don't clam up, because that tells me that you're guilty. You've done something wrong, and you believe I know your secret truth. You decided to take away my choice, but listen to my soft-spoken voice. When I say you won't have your cake, eat it, emotionally abuse it, or misuse it. So blow out your candles and be thankful to have a woman like me. Your wish should be that I don't get angry, because I hate being relationship confused. As some of you men like to do, then sing the blues when we react in a way that you can't handle. As a woman, I have the capability to fulfill your heart's desires. I can cook and clean, make love, have sex as often as you need, but only if you wife me. I know you wanted the milk for free, but that's not an option with me. The woman you chose shouldn't be giving you the blues, not trying to fill your shoes, but you should have to tell the truth. Just be honest. This isn't about us as a unit. It's about respecting one another, and you don't believe that I have the right to choose, nor do you seem to get that I would leave before I cheat on you. You won't be able to say I tainted you, and the next woman won't be misled or emotionally used by you because of my actions. Look, all I'm asking is for you to be honest, and we can both walk away from this with honor, not feeling like we got screwed, abused, or used, but that we are two people that just weren't meant to be. So before you fix your mouth to tell a lie, know that I've already investigated, and those 2 a.m. calls ain't your mama. I've researched, checked your cell, and got the woman who left her face behind on speed dial. But I'm giving you this time to be the man that I believe you are. Just be honest. Come clean, walk away with some dignity and some respect from me. Now let me ask again. Are you sleeping with my friend? Softly spoken. Okay, everybody, that's my time. I've taken up quite a bit of yours. I do apologize. I was going to actually have some fellas call in, and maybe I'll do this later and have some fellas call in and some ladies call in while we videotape it, and then you can kind of hear their feedback, because I can put them on speaker. But again, I do appreciate the support. SoftSpokenPoet.com is my website. You can find me on Amazon, Facebook, Reverb Nation, Twitter, Instagram. I'm always doing selfies because I think I take the best pictures of myself. So definitely tune in to my next book that I'll talk about. I'll actually go over some of the books that I've previously released and tell you what's in those books, and you know, some other things, and of course you can always hit me up, inbox me if you have any other questions about 10 reasons why black men stop dating black women. Thanks a lot for the support. Much love. Cotton is leaving the building.